heritage extends all the way to San Francisco.
Yeah, no.
Well, in
It's fake.
the lower left corner by your start video, there's a series of things, and you can go in and they offer 6 or 7 of these backgrounds free.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if I can choose virtual background. Here, how about we go tropical?
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I
you're
want to be
so
there.
easily entertained.
On my iPad, I can pick any photo that I have saved
Wow.
and have it be my background on Zoom. So that's what we got today.
Well, I just have this plain wall. I mean,
Yeah, you.
Kathy, how do you get to that?
But to my plain wall?
No, how do you get background where you can put your photos?
I wish I could explain that, but I can't. I just, somewhere on there where when you're working with your background, somewhere on there it says use your photos. And I just clicked on it, and then I went through my photos and picked a photo. But honestly, how to do it, I don't know. Are you on an iPad?
I'm on a MacBook.
Okay. I'll play with it and figure it out.
Oh, you can change your skin tone color. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
thumbs.
Can I take out the bags under your eyes?
I just accidentally let this person in.
Well, we're going to wait another minute and 17 seconds. See.
Oh.
And one. There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I went away. I don't want that. What happened?
Sorry, Lori. I wasn't letting you in because I didn't know who Goo Babies was.
She thought we were getting
Like-
bombed.
Zoom bomb, yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, I was a little.
In minutes.
Well, it's 6:34.
I can't hear you. Oh, is that the Goo Baby?
That's a cute.
There it is. It's 6:34. I'm going to call the meeting to order.
All right.
I know everybody has places to be. So we could have a roll call for a quorum.
Yes, we can. Ed,
Here.
Jeanette,
Here.
Lynn,
Here.
Libby. No, she's not here yet. Lori. Lori, can you hear me?
Oh, we can't hear you.
Kathy, Ryan,
I'm here.
and I'm here. Jen is here, and Kathy O'Neill.
Here.
So Gary and Chris and Libby right now are not here.
Okay.
Thanks.
So we have a quorum.
We have enough for a quorum, and I will again state that we are having a Zoom meeting due to the virus and in accordance with the opinion of the Missouri Attorney General's office. It will be recorded and available on our site later. And we're always glad to see each other. One of these days, we'll be seeing each other a lot closer, and hopefully soon. I want to start off again with a quote. I always like to do this at meetings. And this is again from the library book, which was our book club book, what, 5 years ago now or something? This is about the publicness of the public library. It says, the publicness of the public library is an increasingly rare commodity. It becomes harder all the time to think of places that welcome everyone and don't charge any money for that warm embrace. The commitment to inclusion is so powerful that many decisions about the library hinge on whether or not a particular choice would cause a subset of the public to feel uninvited. I thought that was especially appropriate with all the division that's going on in our society today. And we work towards healing. Sometimes it's through the library. So Next thing on the agenda is to accept the agenda. Everybody have a copy of that? Are there any changes, alterations? If not, do I have a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved. Jeanette?
Moved and seconded to accept the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? No. Thank you, and thanks again, Jenna, for putting that together. Next is the minutes of the prior meeting. That would be the May minutes. They have been sent to you. And again, I'll ask, are there any changes or amendments to the minutes of the May 5th meeting? If not, I'll take a motion to approve them as submitted.
So moved.
Second?
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of the May 5th meeting. All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, no. So they are approved. Thank you. This is now the public comments section. Obviously, we don't have members of the public here since we're meeting by Zoom. But again, I will remind everyone that the meeting is being recorded, available online. And at any time, public questions or comments are welcome. They may be directed to Jenna, our library director, or sent to anybody here on the board. So let's move on to the aldermanic report. Kathy, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your victory after a long, hard campaign.
Yay.
Thank you, yes. Real dumb about
Glad
that.
to have you back.
All right, and really the only other news from the Board of Aldermen is that there is a new alderman, and Jeff Gould, some of you may know. I don't know if he's a library user. I suspect he will be sympathetic to the library. I will make sure he is. And so we'll,
I do know his wife was one of the people that was very vocal against the drag queens.
oh, really?
Whoa,
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well,
good to know.
Being recorded, being recorded.
okay. Well, there is always freedom of speech, so.
That is right. That's absolutely right.
So, no, I know that there were some talks with Bola this afternoon, but I just know that they were about and assume that's going to go on later in their agenda, so.
Hey, get down.
We will discuss that in the executive session. Thank you.
Okay. All right, that's it. Really
That was-
nothing else.
Hey, are you tired after your campaign?
It was exhausting.
What is the name of the other alder person in your ward? Ward 4?
Pat Ebeling.
Yeah, get down.
Pat is filling out a term. She will not do it after next April. We need to find someone to take her place, but she was willing to fill out a blank term, bless her heart. So she's catching up. Yeah, nice lady.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Let's go to the library director's report. And I know Jenna got it to us under the deadline. Yeah.
Really. So I did email it right before. If you didn't get it, it's really pretty scant. Yeah, I guess you could see that our e-materials have gone up again. No surprise. But I'm happy. That means people are still finding stuff to check out. I'm still being able to use resources. You know, at least we're able to offer something. Last Wednesday, we started curbside service, and I think it was a success. I think most people kind of understood what to do. There were maybe like a few comments that weren't pleasant, but they weren't horrible either. So just going with it. I don't know. I feel like staff they've been pretty good. Just having like 5 people in the building seems about right. It can, even with that few people though, we kind of run into each other and, you know, around the circ desk. So that's kind of like, okay, you just have to be really mindful. So, and I think about adding the public into that mix, it makes me a little nervous. But I know that that's something we're going to have to think about pretty soon. I don't have anything like definitive, but I feel like maybe in the next 2 weeks, people might start reopening a little bit. So, so yeah, I'm just throwing that out there.
You've definitely had a response to curbside. You've definitely had people
Yeah.
finally get rid of books that were stacked by their desk. I won't mention any names like mine, but, and also picked up a few things that I've been waiting for. So I appreciate the real professional and efficient operation when you get there and they bring it out and, you know, put it in the trunk and all that. So
We're trying. I will. Oh, sorry, Ed. I just have to confess that I have put the wrong books in the wrong trunk already. But in my defense, I caught it right away, and I'm like, wait. So they just pop their trunk again. Yeah, that's all right.
things happen.
Yeah, right, exactly. So I don't know. I'm happy we have like summer reading club. We've had a good start so far. I wrote down we've had 81 kids, 63 adults and teens sign up so far. We have our first kids craft kit that's going out. We sent about 20 of them out today, and we're going to do the rest tomorrow and Wednesday. So the only thing with that is we can't really control like where people live. We did have actually a few people sign up from Kentucky, and we're like,
Wow.
It's gonna be hard to put that in the trunk.
those are being mailed. So I was like, well, you know what? Just a couple of people in Kentucky. Just send them out there.
Did Kentucky close their libraries again? I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Well, maybe there's some reciprocity because I signed up for a like yoga class in Brentwood, Tennessee's library. I signed up for the whole series.
It's close to Nashville.
And then I realized, oh wait, that'll be kind of a long drive. I didn't realize it was in Brentwood, Tennessee.
Oh
So,
my gosh. Yeah.
You would
That's
need
so
yoga
funny.
after that drive.
yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's all right. I think that's about all I have. I can't think of any other like curbside pertinent.
Talk about the reopening again under old business, I think. So,
Yeah, we'll go back to it then.
yeah. In fact,
Jenna,
Yes.
are the deliveries between libraries happening now that you guys are open?
Yeah, they started last week actually.
Okay.
So, but we are still quarantining those for 3 days
Sure.
just to be sure because we don't know like where they were at before. Like,
Right.
so we're kind of, yeah, so we've got, yeah, so holds are going to take longer. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, but we do have stuff going back and forth now.
Good.
It is good.
I did a virtual author talk through the county library. They
Oh
had
yeah.
Curtis Sittenfeld talking about her new book, Rodham. And
Mhm.
that was kind of neat, really. And it was neat. They had comments from people on the side, questions, and people were having all these conversations with each other while the author was. It was kind of amazing what people are doing nowadays. And
Yeah.
that's all right.
Hey, can I ask, who's going to eat the pancakes from Dan Cakes?
Oh, we don't even get to see them. I mean, we get to see them, but yeah, we don't even get to smell them. They're not going to be in their like studio.
In
So-
their studio.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
I know. I know.
Mhm.
It'll be an art experience as opposed to a culinary art experience.
So people will just say, make me Mickey Mouse, and they'll do it on there and just show everyone. No.
We had we sent out a form, I think, with the sign up. I
Oh.
can't remember. So you had to do it ahead of time. And then they I don't know, I can't remember. There was some procedure though for how they would handle requests. So Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be interesting.
So you don't need any help eating pancakes on Wednesday.
I wish, but no.
Okay. I was going to volunteer.
Okay. Let's move on to old business. The first item under old business is board vacancies. And as a segue into that, this is the June meeting, which means the new officers take office during this meeting. So Ed and Jeanette and Cindy and Lynn, congratulations on being a new officer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness, it was hard. Hard
And
fought.
again, thanks to Gary for serving as VP. We certainly appreciated his support and wisdom when dealing with library, and he's been on since 2016. We have 2 board members leaving. Libby has been on the board since 2018, and she's leaving because she's taken an ancillary volunteer, whatever you want to call it, position with Missouri State Library Association. So she thought she would be pretty busy with that. And I know we all appreciate all of her professional expertise as a librarian and her enthusiastic support.
Yes.
Say that to her, but she's not. Is there an ocean wave coming in behind you, Kathy?
Me?
No, but your voice is like an ocean wave, Ed. It's
Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of coming in and out.
yeah.
You want me closer?
Depends.
We could try it.
All right. I was told it was sexy, but never mind. Anyway, Chris has been on our board since 2016. And what I always appreciated about Chris was he would get us to focus on key questions and action to be taken. And I really appreciate that he would be such an advocate for the library and for us taking action. So here's a quick salute with a Brentwood 100 years.
There you go.
Cheers.
To Libby and
Oh, my glass is invisible.
Oh, I can see half of it. Half of you is gone too.
Now, we do have
Now.
some people, believe it or not, we do have some people interested in joining us. And I'm going to ask Jenna to kind of give that report. I'm not sure how many are we interviewing now, or what's your story?
Well, I had one person who was interested, Angela Beauclair. I had asked her if she might be interested, and she said that set up a meeting, but I tossed her some dates back, but haven't heard back from her. So I'm not sure
Okay.
what that means. So I might poke her in a few days and just see. But I think, and then I was going to reach out to another person who's in Brentwood Forest.
Kim?
Angela, huh?
Is that Kim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kim Hall?
Yeah, Kim Hall. And then Angela is in Ward. Okay. I have to get my cheat sheet. Ward 3. And then we need somebody from, I think, 3 and then from 4, if we can.
So we're going to try to interview some people within the next month. And the process is then, of course, Jenna recommends names to the mayor and the mayor makes the appointment. So hopefully that'll happen before our September meeting.
Hopefully.
That's where we're at.
question, is it kosher to get a list of residents in Brentwood Forest who have library cards, or would that be a confidentiality issue?
Yeah, it would. I mean, you mean for me to look at, or what are you?
If there's anyone there that I would know that I could contact and talk to them about a vacancy.
Oh, well, I don't think that they necessarily have to be a library user, honestly. I mean, it's nice.
Nice.
But sometimes, we've had people, I guess, who haven't really necessarily been library users who've served, have done it more for the prestige. I don't know.
Oh, dear.
Some eye rolls.
They're after the big bucks.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I mean, you guys have like a newsletter that you could, I think you have to pay to like do, but Cindy.
Well, it's only months and, you
Once
know,
every 2 months.
actually, I can mention it in the next column. I'll make a note. Okay.
Jenna, did you hear from Kelsey Burkhamper? The one
Not after that initial inquiry.
maybe I'll check back with her. I had sent an email to people who are on the Prop E communications committee, which was quite large. And hopefully we can get somebody, because they're definitely interested in the community and service. So
Yeah.
we'll see what we can do.
Hey, Jenna, did Kim ever get back to you? Or did you ever make contact with her?
I haven't made contact with her yet.
Okay.
I was gonna try to set it up with Angela first so I could kind of get a date, you know? But I haven't gotten that yet, so I might have to just reach out to her anyway.
Okay.
Like, you know.
I would be happy to help interview if you need help.
Oh, thank you. It'd be like all of us.
Yeah.
Don't
let's
scare
move
them
on.
off.
It depends on where the interviews are. If Obie Clark's maybe, but
Could be in Spain in Kathy's
right, it's
There you go.
pavilion.
okay. Let's talk about steps to reopen the library. How did the first week went? Okay, you thought, and you've already kind of reported on that. How's the staff feeling about safety, about being there, and all that, Jenna?
I think good. I think there is still like some tension. I feel like there's still anxiety around it just because we are so close quartered. That, I mean, we're all doing masks and we all have lots of supplies around to clean, like between using computers, and I try to keep everybody like on their stations so we're not swapping stations, you know. But it's hard to do when you have people calling, and if you have to step away, and you know, it's sometimes you just have to tell people, you know, just don't answer it. Like, just, you know, I don't know. It's just getting used to, I think, the whole logistics side of it. I'm going to say like I'm not sure where I fall into like having people come back in the building. I mean, I want to be able to offer that, but I feel like if you can do the served, you know, curbside, if we can do that for as long as possible, and then maybe start opening up like internet access is what we really need, I think,
Okay.
for people.
Yeah, that was my next question, what you see the next phase as, but you think continuing what you're doing right now for at least a few weeks and see what.
Yeah. Yeah, and then maybe having like a limit how many people we could, definitely limit how many people we could have in the building at a time. But like, I mean, just thinking, and like how long also you could spend. So I know some libraries are giving like an hour. To me, that seems kind of long. So I'm thinking maybe more like, unless you're using a computer, and then, you know, you could have your time limit. And also I was thinking I would probably end up moving some of the computer stations, just so they are like a little further spread out. So yeah, so I feel like that, you know, there might be some logistics in that, moving stuff around a little bit. But I think as long as we have, we just have to come up with a good like idea of how many people could come in at a time and how long they could stay. And also just require that people wear a mask. And I don't know that anybody at any other libraries have nobody's talked about taking temperatures. I don't think we can do that.
That's no good if you're asymptomatic. I mean, you know, a lot of people don't have symptoms or don't have a fever. So it really is kind of useless to, you can do your staff because they're there all day, but you know, somebody just coming in for a few minutes to get a book or bring something back.
Yeah.
You know, if they don't have a temperature, that just, I mean, a fever, they don't necessarily aren't risk-free.
Right.
Okay, well, I think we'll just kind of keep an eye on, you can keep us in communication, even though we don't have a meeting for a couple months. I think if you can just keep us aware of how you're feeling about things. And
Yeah, I know that I guess this would come under staffing, our next item.
that was my next one, but go ahead.
Oh, no, you go. I was like, should I just go into it?
Yeah, let's just go into the staffing, because right now we have agreed to pay part-time up through June 16th. And
Mhm.
and what I'm thinking, I assume that all part-time staff are doing some work now. They're
Mhm.
getting through. So
Yeah.
it sounds like we just, at this point, go back to a regular payroll. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I mean, our hours are shorter, so I don't know. I mean, if we did that, it would be pay cuts. So, do you know what I mean? Unless I would,
We went by actual, okay, if we go by actual hours as opposed to what we were doing for the last 2 months.
right. That's why I would maybe extend it if possible. I would hope we could extend it. And then maybe what I could do is have, I don't know, I've kind of been thinking like after just having people around, maybe I can spread out the day a little bit more and have people coming in the morning to do the check-ins, because we have such a backlog of materials because they have to wait for 3 days. And I don't know.
Can I ask, did any of the part-time staff choose to be furloughed?
Yeah, we had two people.
So they are not back working then?
Not yet,
Okay.
but only because I think one of them was out of town.
Well, obviously, we are not meeting in July and August, so I think if we want to make a motion to continue the paying of the staff as regular, as we have been, we would probably want to make that motion to extend at least till August, if not September. Does that make sense?
I mean, that sounds, that would be lovely if you all did, but I don't know. Does anybody have any reservations about it?
We have the money. That's not an issue. I'm comfortable continuing it.
I am too.
Me too. Me too.
Would this be
Me too.
through September 17th,
Want
16th?
to do that? Okay.
Is there a motion to extend the pay plan through September 16th?
Moved.
Who said that?
Moved
Jeanette.
Jeanette? Oh, okay.
Jeanette.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. So that's through September 16th.
16th. Okay. Thank you so much. I know they appreciate you all so much for having their back during this time.
This is a crazy time. We are very fortunate as a government organization that we don't depend on sales tax.
Yes.
We have what we have, and I think we're fortunate. Next, the financial committee report.
Sorry.
No.
I thought that was a financial report. I didn't know if there was. I didn't
So
know.
exciting.
What's going on with that? I know the bank account we're working on. Jenna, I gave you a form today that I had somehow.
Yeah. And I know the accountant she's reached out to me again about setting up our QuickBooks, but it's kind of been like, well, we don't like, just kind of a waiting pattern until we get that account set up, I think. But I mean, she could set up the books, right, before we have an account.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so she still needs to do that. She has not done that yet.
Is that Kirk and Associates that we're talking about to do that?
I'm sorry?
Is that Kirk and Associates that's setting up?
Yes.
the books? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, she reached out to me actually yesterday or today. Today would be today. Today's Monday. She reached out to me today, so I just haven't gotten back to her. So but yeah, so it sounds like we can do that. And that's,
And we can use the numbers that are we already have.
I would think so. I will see. If not, something very similar.
It would just be easier when we're having
Yes.
to do an audit. That's all.
Definitely, definitely. I will try to keep it as similar as it, you know.
Okay.
This is a dumb question, but why haven't we got an account yet?
Oh, because we have to have the city sign off because
Oh.
our account is already like they own the account, I guess. So they have to sign off on it, and then we have to get our signature forms completed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not news. I mean, we've known
And I
that
think
for a while.
no, that's all right. Yeah, the last time that we touched base on it was like the beginning of March, and I think that was, you know, so then it was just like
So
forget it.
who did we have that could sign checks? You, treasurer?
Yeah, Ed, we actually need to create we need to create that policy still, don't we?
Yes.
So, but just to have someone open the account, I think, or name on the account, it was going to be Ed.
It can't be the library? And just change the signatures? When I used to be treasurer of our quilt guild, it was in the quilt guild's name, and then there were signatures that we'd have to change because it was a big deal to change the signatures, especially when people wouldn't show up to sign, but that was a whole nother issue.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to the woman at the bank again, because I feel like
the account should be named Brentwood Public Library.
oh, right. Yeah, it will be.
Okay.
You tell me where to be to sign my name and I'll do it.
All right.
So
And those, the financial guidelines and so forth, that's something else that Perk can be working on for us too.
Oh, that part can be the policy?
Yeah, or they can give us some advice. Maybe they have some boilerplate things already that we can look at so that we're not recreating that type of thing.
Okay.
Or Lisa might have a copy of something that she's done for somebody else.
Right. I've just been looking at other libraries' policies and picking and choosing like what looks good, you know, because I've been talking to a lot of them. It's like, I don't know, this is a good question to ask now, but I was just thinking about it the other day and like thinking, okay, you know, I think our goal is to get our bills paid as quickly as possible, right? Because I know for me, that's always been a big issue, is not being able to do that. So is it, I mean, once you've paid the bill, like once you have, once you're at the part where you pay the bills, I mean, you have to pay the bill, right? So is there a way we don't have to get the signature until maybe like during the board meeting, or is that,
Oh,
you know what I mean? Do I have to get the signature to pay the bill?
Yes.
Okay.
from somebody else other than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put enough people on there, then you could get it signed. Then somebody could show up to sign.
Yeah. Okay.
He calls me and I drive over, and it's not a tough, in Brentwood, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it's like, I don't know. I just keep worrying. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's going to be like, I don't know.
Well, it's just like you had Lynn or somebody come and sign the checks before,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
or
Yeah.
the whatever. It's the
But
same.
if I want to do it more often, though, I guess is my thought. You know what I mean?
You could just share the wealth among whoever can sign it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, anything else on the financial committee? Safety committee.
I don't think we have anything because I'm still waiting on the equipment for the alarm system. We haven't received that yet. So.
And according to Bola this afternoon, the back staircase is basically a staircase to nowhere, the way she put it. Can't get in there.
Yeah, but the issue we had is still an issue, I think.
It is. You know, the fact is that somebody can get in the elevator to go up there and then just not get out of the elevator.
I thought the gate was going to be permanently locked. From what-
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not locked right now.
So Bola was wrong.
Correct. I went out there and I'm like, it's not locked. It's like,
Well,
so,
Maybe this is something you can do is just find out if that's going to be locked all day and the only time it's unlocked is if somebody calls the front, the reception and said, I have somebody in a wheelchair that needs to come in, but they now have a ramp at the front. So I'm just trying to think why the elevator would even be.
I don't think, yeah, I don't think it was the elevator. She was saying that they were having some work done in the hallway. I think it's the public works or whoever.
Do you want a key to lock that door? Do you want to ask for a key to lock that gate?
It's, yeah, I'm trying to picture it now. I don't think it has a key. I think it's one of those that's just a switch you flip. So they would have to, or you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
one of those. So I don't know. They'd have to put something, they'd have to change it.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah,
that, you know, yeah, we'll just keep talking about it.
Gina, ask Bola for a key and make sure you have one. All right.
I'll double check with her because I didn't think that door was going to be open. That
They were
day.
gonna add an extra door. Remember, there was like a whole plan for them to put in like a door there next to the elevator, but I guess that did not.
That didn't fly because it didn't really save anything. Somebody could walk through the door just as much as they could walk through it without the door there.
Right, right.
That was superfluous, so.
Well, they were gonna have like an alarm on it, I thought. So if you came out and you didn't have your key card, then the alarm would go off.
I hadn't heard that one.
Oh.
Okay. If you ask her and I'll ask her, we'll tackle her and see if we get anything done.
Okay, great. I think that Public Works Department made some changes that Bola wasn't aware was going to happen. Am I right about that? Our meeting today, that's what I gathered. That she didn't know they were going to do something.
That could be.
That could happen. I know.
Yeah.
Anything else in the safety?
Oh, you know what? Let me just mention, just so you know that I did hear that they're gonna resurface the front entrance. So where, you know, where the Memorial Rock is, so right in front of the doors there, they're gonna be resurfacing that. It was supposed to happen last week, but it hasn't, so just so you know. Yeah.
So don't get stuck in the asphalt.
No, I'm like, okay. Yeah, well, that's fine. We're using the side door, so it's good for us right now. It's fine.
That was the clean version of my comment. Okay.
Okay.
Treasurer's report. Here we go.
Well, I apologize. I didn't realize I had the information and did not get our fancy reports done for everybody. I will get that out to you later today. As of now, we are really, really under budget. So we've gone through 5 months. So we're almost halfway, and we've only used a third of the money that we've budgeted. We spent $239,642 this year. Of course, I'm assuming that our journal entries are caught up.
Right.
Which, you know, the standard ones I see that the utilities have been paid, the rent's been recorded. I assume all the salaries are caught up. So,
Our books,
it's really hard to judge right now what areas we might be having trouble with. I don't see anything that's really out of line.
Saving on utilities.
delivery expenses.
Our flat fee.
Yeah.
I'm here.
So children's books is the only area that's really spent a lot of money so far.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, they're at 11,000 out of their $25,000 budget. So they're almost half, which is what you'd expect for the end of May, beginning of June.
Yeah.
We apparently have $900,000 in the investment account, and we have $785,000 in the checking account. So when we do move stuff around, we will have to make sure we move a little bit more money into the investment side. The nice part is we've got $1,600 in interest this year. So we're actually getting credited for that interest.
Yay.
Ola was surprised that we had money, or at least as much as we do.
Yes.
I know. She had no clue.
Hey, Gary.
Hello.
Hi, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Glad to join you.
Yes, nice to see you.
We saluted you earlier for your years as vice president. Well, again, salute.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you. I worked hard to get a capable replacement.
Oh, God.
That's right, we got Jeanette instead, so.
Yeah, yes, I know.
Ooh,
Uh-oh.
ooh, she knows I love her.
I know.
Okay,
Kathy, where are you?
we are on the treasury.
I'm
Not
in my
Kathy.
dining room. It's just a
Yeah.
picture I found in the online.
She had a leak in her condo.
And mine's a background anybody can get, just in the bottom left corner of your Zoom.
I tell you,
Oh,
next Zoom, I'm gonna have a really weird background.
We will look forward to that.
Okay, so can I go back to what Lynn said? Lynn, are you saying that we need, when we move money over, we need to take some of it out of investments?
No, we need to put more into investment.
Investments, that's what okay, all right, yes.
We could easily put another $500,000 in there
Mm-hmm.
and not have to.
Are you thinking put 293,000 more into investment? Is that what I'm reading correctly?
I'm thinking well, let me just double check our balance sheet. I'm thinking if we moved $500,000
Oh,
from
500.
checking to the investment account, that would leave us with $293,000
Yeah, I was going the
in
opposite.
checking, which is at least 5 months worth of paying bills.
Okay.
And by then we might even have our new taxes coming in.
What is, I probably asked this before, but how liquid is our investment money? You know
I'm
how,
told it's days,
say again?
but I'm told that we can have that transferred within a day or two,
Okay,
that it's pretty immediate.
okay.
Now, what I don't know yet is whether what the bank's interest rate is and whether they will continue to give us what we've been getting under the umbrella of the city. But anything's better than nothing.
So do we need to make a motion to do that, or do we
Yes.
want to talk about that during legal matters?
I think, no, I think it's part of the treasurer's report, open meeting. So is there a motion that, so we can discuss, vote?
so moved.
It's been moved. Second?
Second?
Second, it's been moved and seconded that we transfer 500,000 from the cash in bank library to the investment fund. Is there any other discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Okay, it's done.
Oh, sweet.
So who's going to actually do that?
I guess I'll let Karen know.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else, Lynn? Are the reports coming in the way you want to see them, or we still got work
Oh,
to do?
no.
Okay.
I
I just want to make sure.
They are coming up under the date that it gets printed by Jenna. So like these reports are for June 5th. I have no idea if anything was really done in, the first 4 or 5 days of June to know whether this is really the May ending or if some of the activity is June. I would rather see a clear end of the month cutoff. I'm sure it's possible, but it's not an immediate thing right now.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's keep working on that because I know, and we'll call that the Chris Harrington project. Right? But I know we would all like to see, make sure that we have easy to read and figure out and calculate reports. So thank you very much, Lynn.
I'll send Karen an email and see if she can print them by month and
Okay,
if she'll send them to me that way.
okay.
Did you get the memo that I forwarded to you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, it should have been, I forwarded like it was the thread from her. But she sent a whole thing about where they're at, like
Oh, okay.
because of COVID
Um,
and changing auditors.
Oh,
okay, I'll read through it.
okay, thank you, Lynn. On to new business, and I have no, believe it or not, I have no items under new business. Does anybody else have an item?
That video, Jane.
I don't know how that happened. All right, we'll go to the public comments section again, but again, we are doing on Zoom. It's available on recording. And Jenna will be glad to take any comments or questions. I believe at this point we need first of all, before Kathy leaves us, Kathy, I want to apologize that last time we went into executive session and then after that decided to change the date of our meeting. And so she last Tuesday is saying, Ed, are we Zooming tonight? What's going on?
Oh, I totally forgot to.
So I apologize. I would say right now, we are scheduled our next meeting Tuesday, September 1st. Whether it's live or Zoom, we don't know, but plan on that for our next meeting. And at this point, I need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved. That was
Second,
Seconded, roll call vote on that, please.
Right, Lynn,
Yes.
Gary,
yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Cindy, me, yes. I left out somebody.
Jeanette.
Jeanette.
Jeanette. Oh, I thought I said you. Okay, Jeanette. So that's all we have.
Okay, we are going to go into executive session. Kathy, have a wonderful swim on the beach there.
Well,
Yes.
Everyone, wonderful summer. You read a lot of books and stay 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And thank you, Jenna, to you and the staff.
Survive the second wave.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All this.
Thank you. We really appreciate your support during this.
Glad to do it. And I'll have a new quote next month. I'll go for humor next month.
I like the quote that you used.
Thank you very much, people. Is that it?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good night.
Thank
Everyone have a
you.
good
You
summer.
do the same.
Bye-bye.
Good to see you all.
Bye.